off Mulholland Highway. 24 feds, some in tactical gear, could be seen carrying evidence from the property, including several firearms. After the search, a SWAT team was seen leaving in a procession of law enforcement vehicles. Federal agents also executed a similar raid in Las Vegas today.
What he do? Had to pay what? Cut a $100 million check to the IRS. Yeah, give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced them to someone that knew the game and that could save them money, he would look at that as a business move. Be very cautious. Don't want to mess his shit up. But then he has security. Well, if it don't work, at least got the money to pay him off. So I think it's a low risk, high reward for him. So I think in that situation, people with money like Mayweather, they'd be like, all right, I'll try that.
Federal authorities have delivered a major blow to Floyd Mayweather's business empire. During a raid on his U.S. residence, agents are said to have uncovered a significant stash of illicit substances, firearms that were not properly registered, and large amounts of cash spread throughout the property with no clear source. This incident appears to be part of a broader pattern rather than an isolated case. His $42 million property transaction in Manhattan is currently under scrutiny due to questionable financial dealings, while his involvement in cryptocurrency schemes has already drawn attention from the SEC over potential regulatory breaches.
And reporting that Mayweather, get this, still has not paid his taxes for 2015. We don't know how much money Mayweather owes, but he's asking the IRS for a break until the fight the end of August.
With the IRS raid now in the spotlight, pressure is mounting on Floyd Mayweather from all sides. What once remained out of view is now being exposed to the public. And this situation goes beyond questions of concealed finances that IT has a potential to become a defining controversy, one that could dismantle the carefully built image of endless wealth and influence that Floyd has long maintained.
What's your travel arrangements?
You want me to show you right now? Call my pilot right now.
Yeah.
So you just call your pilot and he just come where? He's like an Uber?
I'm finna show you. You gotta pick some people up for me in Vegas. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, so let me know. Head over to Clay Lacey, then go over to Vegas. So let me know what time you're gonna land so I can send him over there, and then Dan can get on the plane also. Okay?
I'd say have him at the airport about 10:45 or so.
All right, tell Dan tell Dan to get on there also, please.
I got you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm done.
The situation traces back to the moment federal agents carried out a raid on Floyd Mayweather's Las Vegas mansion as part of a broader investigation tied to suspected financial crimes and unlawful operations. The development caught many off guard. This is a very property Floyd once proudly walked Stephen A. Smith through, showcasing his high-end lifestyle while Smith looked on in admiration. Now, however, authorities are examining that same display of wealth from a completely different angle, working to determine the true source behind it.
What's your definition of toy?
Well, private jet, Enzo, Bugatti. Let's walk over here. I'll show you a couple of toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. This is Sports Network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys.
I haven't seen these?
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15 million.
And you don't drive them.
No.
Oh Lord, this is your closet?
Yeah.
I see the money team hats along with various others.
Yeah.
Do you even know how many outfits you have?
I wear the same clothes, but I got it.
According to reports, when authorities searched Floyd Mayweather's residence, they uncovered a substantial quantity of illicit substances, far beyond minor amounts or standard medications, involving drugs that carry serious federal penalties. The findings extended further. Hidden compartments within the property allegedly contained numerous firearms that were not officially registered, including weapons described as restricted without proper federal authorization. The situation escalated when investigators came across large sums of cash stored throughout the home, some of it reportedly damaged due to improper conditions and not reflected in any of Mayweather's declared tax records. Officials are believed to be examining millions in physical currency that did not align with what had been reported. For someone widely recognized for publicly displaying his wealth, these claims had a significant impact. The news spread rapidly online, and even longtime supporters began to question whether the foundation of Mayweather's success was entirely legitimate.
Tax questions, he replies to them by showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS. But he showed his actual, 26 million.
That guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his...
As authorities pushed deeper into the investigation surrounding Floyd Mayweather, additional red flags began to surface. Every new finding brought increased scrutiny to the way his financial ventures were managed. Among the most concerning developments is his $42 million real estate purchase in Manhattan, which is now facing intense examination.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what we do? All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
About a month earlier, Floyd Mayweather posted a video on Instagram that quickly gained widespread attention, where he confidently stood before a group of 62 properties, stating that they were under his ownership.
Well, you guys know I do real estate in New York, so it was only right for me to get a new place in New York. So I got a new place in New York. I wish you guys could pay from purchase. Money made, and you guys know the rest.
He explained to his audience that the holdings covered more than 1,000 apartments along with retail units, primarily spread across Harlem, Morningside Heights, and other parts of Upper Manhattan. Addressing nearly 30 million followers, he emphasized that the entire portfolio belonged solely to him, with no outside partners involved. Now, however, investigators suspect the transaction may not be as straightforward as it appeared. Multiple reports suggest the deal was routed through offshore accounts and shell entities allegedly used to conceal the true ownership. Federal officials are reviewing whether income that was never reported was channeled through these property acquisitions to reduce tax obligations. Though the intention behind acquiring those buildings was to stay under the radar, it may have had the opposite effect by drawing greater attention. And even before the IRS raid and questions around the Manhattan properties, Mayweather's name had already been linked to controversy involving a cryptocurrency-related scandal.
Believe this, Floyd Mayweather is back in the NFT space to launch his metaverse called Mayweatherverse. There will be 5,000 NFTs with different utility, rarity levels, and rewards, but this NFT project is after a series of NFT and crypto scams he's started and promoted throughout the years. Some abandoned projects are Centra ICO, Ethereum Max, Floyd NFT, Bored Bunny, scamming his supporters for over more than $5 million. What do you think? Follow for more NFT news.
In 2022, Floyd Mayweather became involved with a cryptocurrency project called Ethereum Max, promoting it extensively across his social media accounts. He urged his audience to get in early, suggesting the investment had strong profit potential. At the time, many were unaware that he had received compensation for endorsing the token, and that arrangement was not clearly disclosed to the public. After large numbers of followers invested significant amounts, Mayweather and other high-profile figures were later accused of selling off their positions, which was followed by a rapid collapse in the coin's value. Critics point to this episode as an indication of how far he may have gone in pursuit of financial gain.
I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money. And I know
you think Floyd's fighting because he needs the money?
Doesn't need the money, yeah.
Really? Why? You think he blew through all of his money? Get the
Well, he blew through a lot of it, but what I'm sharing for you, it wasn't what you thought it was.
He blew through it and wasn't making as much as
they're claiming he was doing $100 million a fight, and I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about $100 million. There's a very
wow. You made 8.8 in one night.
Yeah.
And you're a great fighter, but I'm looking at Floyd and I'm like, Floyd had this long career. I could imagine him making more than $100 million.
Floyd is a household name.
Yeah, I know people say that. I understand that. Nah, Floyd was not Muhammad Ali, and Floyd wasn't Mike Tyson.
Like 8.8 in one night. I'm like, I think Floyd could do a bunch of those.
No, I got it. I know people think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't.
The aftermath drew the attention of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which ultimately issued a fine to Floyd Mayweather. By that stage, however, the damage had already taken its toll. Numerous investors reported losing substantial amounts of money, and a wave of legal claims began to build, affecting his reputation in a way that no achievement in the ring could offset at the same time that his financial record were under IRS review. Another controversy resurfaced. Logan Paul has repeatedly stated that he still has not been fully paid.
Not only that, it's great that you got the job done of getting the paperwork. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me.
That's the win.
That's the win.
Yeah.
Because you not only got in there, but you gave a respectable performance to where like people walked away and it's not a gimmick anymore.
I owe Floyd a thanks.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, looking forward to receiving the rest of the money you owe me, but thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. He gave me an opportunity.
What is your relationship?
Non-existent.
Okay.
It was good, but there was like a money thing. We'll get it figured out.
There's always a money thing.
That's news to me.
Do you remember the massive exhibition bout in 2021 featuring Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul? The event attracted enormous global attention, generating millions of views along with huge revenue from ticket sales and pay-per-view buys. Despite that success, reports suggested that Floyd had yet to pay Logan. Feeling frustrated, Logan took to the internet and publicly accused him, claiming he had been wronged by the very man who once flaunted $100 million checks in front of cameras.
Floyd Mayweather, you punch-drunk idiot. Read my lips. Oh wait, you can't. Where's my money, bitch? Floyd never paid me for our fight. Who am I, the IRS? You can't dodge taxes like you do punches, dummy. Floyd, how can you call yourself the GOAT?
To this day, Logan Paul continues to claim that Floyd Mayweather still hasn't settled the full amount is owed, insisting that millions remain unpaid. At the same time, reports suggest that federal authorities have begun reviewing whether Floyd accurately disclosed the earnings from that high-profile fight. Early indications point to the possibility that those financial details may not have been fully reported.
I see a lot of people always bring up the fighter pay with the UFC, but isn't Logan complaining right now that he didn't get his checks from Floyd? Is that like a boxing issue versus
you
a boxing thing?
You don't ever hear that coming out.
To this day,
you hear a guy going,
now,
I want to make $30 million, I didn't get paid enough. You don't ever hear guys going, yeah, they didn't pay me yet, ever.
Is that like a boxing issue?
Well, here's what happens when you go in and you do these fights and you make them, and Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong, you do these fights that are exhibitions or whatever. The commission isn't overseeing it. So let's say I did a fight with Mike. I got Mike fighting, Francis or something. The athletic commission gets the money up front. So they pay the fighters. They don't have to wait for. That was the big problem in the past, is that these boxing promoters would come in and they wouldn't make as much money as they thought they were going to do, so they would stiff the fighters and not pay the guys. And that's why these regulations are in place in these different states.
Exhibition bouts involving Floyd Mayweather, particularly those staged in Dubai and Japan, have drawn scrutiny over alleged irregularities, including questionable payment structures, undisclosed private agreements, and income that seemingly never showed up in official filings. When these concerns are combined with reports of offshore accounts that are difficult to trace, it helps explain why authorities such as the Internal Revenue Service eventually stepped in and carried out a raid on his property.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
After stepping away from professional boxing with an undefeated record, Floyd Mayweather transitioned into a major pay-per-view attraction. Rather than facing elite fighters, he shifted toward exhibition bouts, taking on opponents from a world of online fame and entertainment. His matchups included figures like Logan Paul, Deji, and John Gotti III, along with various personalities from platforms such as TikTok.
In terms of Floyd, right?
Okay.
So you get off the phone, you've agreed to fight Floyd, but then you have to sit there and go, holy shit. So who do you tell first? What are you thinking at that point? Do you ring someone or what are you doing?
First person I told was Shane. So before I even signed anything, I called Shane and I was telling him I'm scared. And then Shane's just like, sign it. Just sign it. Stop being a pussy. Just
when it seemed things could not get any worse for Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis added more fuel to the fire. Earlier this year, Tank Davis, who used to be Floyd's protege, revealed that Floyd was reportedly being held in Dubai in connection with international financial crimes.